I used to think my life was finished in the best way. I would wake up, look at Emily sleeping beside me and think, I did it. She was my fiancée, my future, the woman I planned to grow old with. When I told her that, she laughed and said, "Stop being dramatic," then kissed my cheek. I took that kiss as proof everything was perfect. "You still want roses or lilies for the wedding?" she asked one morning. "Whatever you want," I said. "It's our day." She smiled. "I love how easy you are." That word mattered to me. Easy meant stable. Easy meant safe. My best friend Mark came over that night with beer and bad jokes. "Man, engaged life suits you," he said. "You look boring." "Happy boring," I said. He raised his bottle. "To Emily, the woman who finally tamed you." I laughed and drank, ignoring the tight look on his face. My sister Lena wasn't impressed. She visited the next weekend and looked around our apartment like she was counting exits. "You trust her too much," she said. "She's my fiancée," I replied. "That's the point." Lena crossed her arms. "Just don't disappear inside love." Emily walked in and said, "Are we talking about me?" "Only good things," I said quickly. Lena smiled, but her eyes stayed sharp. "I hope so." At first the changes were small. Emily started taking her phone everywhere. Bathroom, balcony, even the shower. When I joked, "You hiding secrets?" she laughed too loud and said, "You're silly." She canceled dinner twice in 1 week. "Work emergency," she said. "Don't wait up." "Of course," I said, even though my chest felt heavy. Mark noticed me staring at my phone one night. "Relax," he said. "You're overthinking." "I'm not," I replied. "I just miss her." "She loves you," he said fast. "Don't mess that up." That should have bothered me. It didn't. Emily started replying late, short messages, no emojis. When I asked, "Did I do something?" she sighed. "Why do you always assume the worst?" "I'm just asking," I said. "Well, stop," she snapped, then softened. "I'm tired." I told myself love meant patience. I told myself strong men didn't question happy lives. One evening I came home early. I dropped my keys and heard Emily's voice from the bedroom. She sounded low, careful, not like when she talked to me. "Yes," she whispered. "Soon." I froze. "No, he believes everything," she said. My heart started beating in my ears. She paused, then said the words that split my life in half. "He still doesn't know." I stepped back quietly, my hands shaking, my smile already prepared for when she came out. I walked into the kitchen anyway. "Hey," I said. She answered, "Hey," too fast. "Who were you talking to?" I asked. "Work," she said. "You're home early." "Traffic was kind," I replied. She watched me closely. "Everything okay?" "Perfect," I said. She smiled again, that same smile, and asked, "Did you eat?" "Not yet," I said. "I'll make something," she offered. "No," I replied. "Let's order." She nodded. "Okay." My phone buzzed. Mark texted, "You good?" I typed, "Yeah." I looked at Emily and thought, I have never been this calm or this scared. Something had cracked, and I knew pretending would be easier than asking questions I wasn't ready to hear. I smiled, sat down, and listened to her talk about menus and flowers. Inside, I repeated that sentence again and again. He still doesn't know. I promised myself I would learn what that meant, even if the truth destroyed everything I thought I had. I believed love made me strong, but silence taught me fear, and fear quietly opened a door I didn't know existed. I stepped through it without a sound, still smiling, still engaged, already losing the man I used to be. Nothing felt real. I knew something was wrong the moment Emily called me. "I'm staying late again," she said. Her voice was calm but too careful. "Don't wait up." "Another emergency?" I asked. "Yeah," she replied. "You know how it is." "I do," I said, even though I didn't. She hung up fast. I stared at my phone and whispered, "That didn't sound real." I sat alone at the kitchen table. The clock ticked like it was judging me. I replayed memories instead of eating. Emily turning her phone face down. Emily leaving the room to text. Emily smiling without warmth. "You're imagining things," I told myself. "Stop." I opened a beer and didn't drink it. I checked the time again. "She should be home by now," I said to the empty room. I laughed once. "You're acting weak," I told myself. "Get control." I texted her. "Everything okay?" Minutes passed. No reply. I typed again. "Be safe." The message showed read. Nothing came back. "Don't do this," I muttered. "Don't spiral." I stood up and paced. "You're engaged," I told myself. You're not crazy. I imagined confronting her. I imagined her crying. I imagined being wrong and apologizing. Every version scared me. I said, if I ask, I lose something. If I don't, I lose myself. I sat down and rubbed my face. Since when did love feel like danger? I asked the room. I whispered, I just want quiet inside my head. That thought stayed. I called Mark. You busy? No, he said quickly. What's up? Do you ever feel like something's off but you can't prove it? I asked. He paused. Man, don't start that. Start what? I asked. Doubting her, he said. Emily's solid. She lied to me, I said. Everyone lies sometimes, he snapped. Why are you pushing this? I leaned back. Why are you getting angry? I'm not, he said. I'm trying to help. By telling me to shut up? By telling you not to ruin your life, he replied. The call ended with silence instead of goodbye. My chest felt tight. I said out loud, that was strange. I tried to sleep. I couldn't. Every sound felt loud. Every thought felt sharp. I kept hearing Emily's voice saying she loved me, then hearing silence after. I stared at the ceiling and said, I won't ignore this anymore. Morning came without rest. I felt empty, focused, and strangely calm. I told myself, this ends now one way or another. I stood up, showered, and said, tell the truth even if it hurts. I said quietly, I choose myself tonight no matter the cost. I felt fear, resolve, and pain. I remembered Daniel from work sitting across from me months ago saying, I hired a private investigator. Best money I ever spent. At the time I laughed. Now I searched his name in my contacts. When I called, he said, if your gut is screaming, listen. I don't want proof, I told him. I just want peace. Truth is the only peace, he replied. The next day I met Victor Hale. He was older, gray hair, steady eyes. Sit, he said. Tell me why you're here. My fiancée is lying, I said. I think. You think, he repeated. That word hurts people. I know, I said. He nodded. So does ignoring it. I slid Emily's photo across the table. My fingers shook. I love her, I said. I don't want to hate her. Victor studied the picture. Love doesn't protect you from facts. I feel crazy, I admitted. You're not, he said. You're afraid. I swallowed. How long? A week, he said. Maybe less. I stood up. If I walk out now, does that make me weak? No, Victor said. It makes you human. I sat back down. Do it. He looked at me carefully and said, you might want to prepare yourself. Truth doesn't care about love. Every morning felt heavier than the last. Emily started acting sweet again like nothing was wrong. Good morning, she said, smiling too bright. Did you sleep okay? Yeah, I lied. She touched my arm. You've been distant. I've been tired, I said. She nodded. I'll make it up to you. That kindness messed with my head more than silence ever could. At breakfast she said, we should book the venue this week. Sure, I replied. You sound unsure, she said. I'm just thinking, I answered. She watched me closely. About what? Life, I said. She laughed softly. You worry too much. I wanted to scream. Instead I smiled. You're probably right. When she left for work, I sat alone and said out loud, or maybe I'm finally right. I replayed everything again. Her phone. Her voice. That whisper. He still doesn't know. I pressed my hands to my eyes and said, please let me be wrong. I checked my phone every hour. No messages from Victor. The silence felt loud. That evening Emily brought wine. Date night, she said. Just us. Okay, I said. During dinner she said, you're quiet. I'm listening, I replied. To what? She asked. Myself, I said before I could stop. She frowned. That sounds serious. It's not, I lied. Her phone buzzed. She flipped it face down fast. Everything okay? I asked. Work, she said quickly. I nodded. Of course. Inside, something twisted tighter. The next day Rachel stopped by. Emily's friend stood awkwardly in the doorway. Hey, she said. She didn't meet my eyes. Hi, I replied. Emily's not home yet. Oh, Rachel said. I can wait. You sure? I asked. She nodded, staring at the wall. Yeah. The silence stretched. I said, you've been busy lately. Yeah, she replied. Life stuff. She seems happy, I said. Rachel swallowed. She is. Are you sure? I asked. Rachel's eyes flicked to mine, then away. I should go. She'll be back soon, I said. I just remembered something, she said quickly. Tell her I stopped by. Okay, I said. As she left, I whispered, that wasn't nothing. That night I couldn't sleep. I stared at Emily's back and thought, I'm lying beside a stranger. Shame crawled through me. What kind of man doubts the woman he plans to marry? I asked myself. Another voice answered, what kind of man ignores fear? I checked my phone at 3 a.m. Nothing. The next morning I snapped. Are you hiding something from me? I asked. Emily froze. Why would you say that? Because I feel crazy, I said. She sighed. I can't keep reassuring you. I'm not asking for reassurance, I said. I'm asking for honesty. That hurts, she replied. So does this, I said quietly. She turned away. I'm late. The door closed. I sat down and said, I'm losing her or finding the truth. Victor finally texted. Still working. No conclusions yet. When? I typed. Soon, he replied. Soon felt like torture. Days blurred together. Short talks. Forced smiles. Long nights. I blamed myself. You're destroying your own happiness, I said. Or saving yourself. My phone buzzed late one evening. One message. From Victor. We need to talk. In person. My stomach dropped. I whispered, this is it. I stared at the screen and knew my old life was already gone. Victor didn't waste time. Sit, he said, sliding a folder across the table. Before you open it, I need you to breathe. I am breathing, I said. He looked at my hands. They're shaking. I'm fine, I lied. He opened the folder anyway. Photos first. I stared. Emily. Another man. Her smile wasn't mine. That's not real, I said. Victor replied, it is. My chest burned. Zoom in. He did. I saw her ring gone. She took it off, I whispered. Yes, he said. Who is he? I asked. Number one, Victor said. There are others. Others? I laughed once. That's funny. Victor played a video. Emily's voice filled the room. I can't wait to be free, she said on screen. I slammed my fist down. Turn it off. He paused it. You need to see everything. I don't want to, I said. I need to. Another photo appeared. Another man. 2, Victor said. I swallowed. She told me she was with her mother. She was with him, Victor replied. I leaned back. Say it all. He nodded. There are 3. 3? I repeated. Victor hesitated. The third is Mark. My mouth went dry. No. Victor slid the photo forward. Mark's face stared back at me. This is wrong, I said. I verified it twice, he said. I laughed, sharp and broken. My best friend. Yes, Victor said. I closed my eyes. How long? Months, he answered. I pressed my fingers to my temple. I trusted him. I know, Victor said quietly. That's not even the worst part, is it? I asked. No, he replied. He handed me bank statements. Your savings account. I scanned the numbers. Why is it lower? Transfers, Victor said. To an account in her name. She said it was wedding deposits, I said. Some were, he replied. Most weren't. My throat tightened. She took my money. Yes, he said. For what? I asked. For them, Victor replied. I laughed again. I paid for my own betrayal. Victor slid one last document forward. The loan. I stared. That's my signature. It's forged, he said. She planned to leave, I whispered. After securing the funds, Victor confirmed. I felt small. I'm an idiot. You're human, he said. I loved her, I said. I know, Victor replied. I stood up. I want to confront her. Victor raised a hand. Think. I want to scream, I said. That helps her, he replied. I sat back down. What do you suggest? You stay quiet, Victor said. Let her continue. So she can hurt me more? I asked. So she can expose herself, he answered. I stared at the photos again. She laughed with them. Yes, he said. I feel humiliated, I admitted. That's normal, Victor replied. I want revenge, I said. Then be smart, he said. I took a breath. Do I call Mark? No, Victor said. Do I confront Emily? I asked. Not yet, he replied. I nodded slowly. I won't explode. That's good, Victor said. I'll let her dig, I added. Her own grave, he finished. I closed the folder. I loved her. Victor stood. Love didn't fail you. What did? I asked. Trust without truth, he said. I looked at the door. I'll stay calm. Victor nodded. That's how you win. I walked out with fire in my chest and ice in my voice, already planning silence instead of screams, patience instead of rage, and truth instead of love. Nothing changed on the outside. That was the plan. Emily smiled at me and said, "You look better today." "I feel better," I said. She leaned close. I was worried. "About me?" I asked. "About us," she replied. I kissed her forehead and thought, I'm already gone. At breakfast I said, "I transferred money for the wedding." She lit up. "You're amazing." "I know," I said. She laughed, nervous. "Did I do something wrong?" "No," I replied. "Why?" "You feel distant," she said. "I'm just busy," I answered. She nodded, watching my face. I started documenting everything. Dates, times, messages, smiles. When Emily said, "I love you," I replied, "I love you too," and felt nothing. That scared me more than anger. Victor sent me a number. "Call Mr. Collins," he texted. I did. Mr. Collins said, "Say as little as possible and listen carefully." "I want this clean," I said. He replied, "Then stay calm." "I can do that," I said. He paused. "Most people can't." I moved my savings quietly. I canceled cards. I changed passwords. When Emily asked, "Why did the bank text me?" I smiled. "Security update." "Oh," she said. "That makes sense." Mark came over that night. "You've been quiet," he said. "Long week," I replied. He laughed. "Wedding stress." "Something like that," I said. He wouldn't meet my eyes. I asked, "You okay?" "Yeah," he said too fast. "Just tired." I watched his hands shake. Inside I argued with myself. "Forgive her," a voice said. "Expose her," another said. "Walk away," a third whispered. I asked myself, what do I want? The answer was simple. Emily tried harder. "Let's take a trip," she said. "After the wedding," I replied. She frowned. "You used to be excited." "I still am," I lied. She touched my arm. "Don't leave me." "I'm right here," I said. At night I stared at the ceiling and repeated, "Don't rush. Don't react." Revenge didn't have to scream. Silence was sharper. Emily bounced into the room one evening. "I have a surprise." "For me?" I asked. "For us," she said. She clapped her hands. "An engagement party." "When?" I asked. "Soon," she said. "I booked everything." "With what money?" I asked. She smiled. "Ours?" I smiled back and thought, perfect. She said, "Everyone will be there." "My sister?" I asked. "Yes," she said. "Mark?" I asked. "Of course," she replied. I nodded. "Sounds perfect." She hugged me. "You're acting strange." "Am I?" I asked. "A little," she said. "Maybe I'm growing," I replied. Later I called Victor. "She planned a party," I said. He answered, "Good." "Why good?" I asked. "Because she feels safe," he said. "I feel empty," I replied. "That's temporary," he said. I hung up and whispered, "I won't ruin this." Not for her. For me. I practiced my smile in the mirror. "This is fine," I said. The mirror didn't answer. I checked my notes and locked them away. "Slow," I told myself. "Careful," I added. I wasn't weak. I was patient. Patience felt like power. When Emily called my name, I answered, "Coming?" I walked out steady, ready to wait, ready to watch, ready to let the truth finish what it started. I reminded myself why I stayed quiet. I wasn't pretending anymore. I was preparing. Every lie she told added weight. Every smile she gave cost her time. I counted breaths and days. The fool I played was armor. Soon she would celebrate love. Soon I would collect truth. I took one last look at her ring and thought, keep digging. I'll hold the light. The party would be loud. My silence would be louder. I waited. I knew this was the moment before the fall, and I didn't blink. I stayed still, smiling, letting her believe I was hers. That belief would break soon, and I would not save her. Ever again. I helped Emily plan the party like I was excited. "Who should we invite?" she asked, scrolling her phone. "Everyone," I said. "Friends, family, coworkers." She smiled. "Even my parents?" "Especially your parents," I replied. She hugged me. You're being so supportive. I want this perfect, I said. She laughed. You're different lately. Better, I said. She nodded, relieved. I called Lena that night. I don't know if I can do this, I said. She answered softly, you don't have to be strong with me. I feel like I'm lying every second, I admitted. You're protecting yourself, she said. I almost wish I hadn't learned the truth, I said. Lena replied, that feeling passes. Does it? I asked. Yes, she said. When justice shows up. Victor called the next day. I have everything, he said. Videos? I asked. Clean, he replied. Financial records? I asked. Verified, he said. Witness statements? I asked. Ready, he replied. I closed my eyes. Good. Mr. Collins met me after work. No public confrontation until evidence is shown, he said. I won't touch her, I replied. Words only, he said. That's all I need, I said. He nodded. You're handling this better than most. I'm numb, I replied. That helps, he said. At dinner, Emily said, I booked the venue. Looks nice, I said. She leaned in. Are you sure you're happy? Yes, I said. She searched my face. You swear. I swear, I replied. She smiled. I love you. My chest tightened. I love you too. That night I almost broke. She lay beside me and whispered, I can't wait to marry you. I stared at the ceiling and said, me neither. She kissed my shoulder. Promise me we're okay. I swallowed. We're okay. When she fell asleep, I pulled out my phone and opened the photos again. Her smile with him. Her hands on Mark. Her words on video. I locked the screen and said, don't forget. The next morning I rehearsed my speech alone. Thank you all for coming, I said. I shook my head. Too cold. I tried again. I loved Emily deeply, I said. Too soft, I whispered. I paced and said, tonight is about truth. That felt right. Emily rushed around the apartment. Did you call the caterer? Yes, I said. Flowers? She asked. Confirmed, I replied. Music? She asked. Ready? I said. She smiled wide. This is going to be perfect. I looked at her and thought, this is the last lie you'll believe. Lena arrived early. She hugged me tight. Breathe, she whispered. I'm scared, I said. You're free, she replied. I don't feel like it, I said. You will, she promised. Victor texted, USB is ready. I typed, I have it. Mr. Collins texted, police will be discreet. I replied, understood. Guests began arriving. Laughter filled the room. Glasses clinked. Emily glowed. Mark showed up and said, big night, huh? Very big, I replied. He smiled nervously. You okay? Never better, I said. Emily grabbed my hand. Smile, she whispered. I did. Her parents hugged me. We're so proud of you, her mother said. Thank you, I replied. Music played. People laughed. Cameras flashed. I stood near the wall, my heart pounding, my face calm. My fingers touched the USB in my pocket. I whispered to myself, this is for closure. Emily laughed across the room, unaware. The party had begun, and so had the end. I stepped forward and tapped the glass. Can I have everyone's attention? I said. The room quieted. Emily squeezed my hand. What's this? She whispered. I just want to say a few words, I replied. People smiled. Phones came out. I said, thank you all for coming. This night means a lot to me. Emily nodded, proud. I loved Emily deeply, I continued. I trusted her with my future. Her parents smiled. But love deserves truth, I said. So tonight I'm going to share mine. Emily stiffened. What are you doing? She whispered. I didn't answer. I nodded toward the screen. Play it. The first video appeared. Emily's voice filled the room. He believes everything, she said. Gasps followed. Someone whispered, is that Emily? She stepped back. That's not what it looks like, she said loudly. I said, let it finish. The next clip played. Another man. Another night. Another smile. Emily cried out, stop it. Mark turned pale. He took a step back. I said calmly, there are 3 men. Emily shook her head. No, no, no. The third, I said, is my best friend. Mark said, wait. I raised my hand. Don't. The photo appeared. Mark's face froze on the screen. Someone shouted, oh my God. Mark said, I can explain. Sit down, I said. My voice didn't shake. Emily's mother said, Emily, tell me this isn't true. Emily cried, I didn't mean for this to happen. I said, there's more. I clicked again. Bank statements filled the screen. Emily's father asked, what is that? That's my savings, I said. Being transferred without my consent. Emily screamed, you promised. I looked at her. You promised first. People murmured. Phones recorded everything. I said, she also took a loan in my name. That's a lie, Emily shouted. I said, the signature is forged. Mark tried to leave. I'm not part of this, he said. 2 officers stepped in quietly. One said, sir, please stay. Mark froze. This is a misunderstanding. I said, no. This is accountability. Emily collapsed into a chair. I'm sorry, she sobbed. I was confused. I replied, you were careful. Her mother cried, how could you? Emily reached for me. Please talk to me. I stepped back. I am talking. The officer said, ma'am, we'll need to ask you some questions. Emily screamed, not now. The officer replied, now. Mark said, I was manipulated. I looked at him. You made choices. He whispered, I'm sorry. I said, so am I. Emily's father said, get her out of here. Emily sobbed harder. I love you. I said, love doesn't steal. The room buzzed. Friends stared. Cameras flashed. Her image fell apart in minutes. I felt calm. Empty but steady. An officer said, sir, thank you for your cooperation. You're welcome, I replied. Emily looked at me, mascara streaked, voice broken. You ruined me. I said, you ruined yourself. She shook her head. We can fix this. I knelt beside her. Listen carefully. She whispered, please? I met her eyes. Please isn't truth. She grabbed my sleeve. I'll change. I stood. Too late. She whispered, barely audible, please, we can fix this. I looked at her one last time and said, you already fixed it. Weeks passed. I watched everything unfold quietly. Emily lost her job first. They found out about the loan, Victor had said over the phone, and the transfers. She called me once. I'm sorry, she said. Her voice trembled. Everything's falling apart. I know, I replied. Do you hate me? She asked. I don't feel anything for you anymore, I said. Her silence said more than anger ever could. Mark didn't call. He didn't try. Word spread fast. Friends avoided him. At one gathering, someone muttered, he deserves it. I didn't need to hear more. Court hearings came next. Emily's parents hired lawyers. I sat there, hands folded, mask on. No anger. No tears. Just observation. Mr. Thompson, your testimony? The judge asked. I'll state the facts, I said. Everything is documented. Emily glared at me, eyes wild. I ignored it. I read the documents aloud, precise, calm. Every word cut deeper than screams ever could. Outside the courtroom, reporters whispered, cameras clicked. People recognized me. I nodded politely. No interviews. No dramatics. My silence said enough. I started therapy after the 3rd hearing. You seem haunted, my therapist said. I am, I admitted. I trusted the wrong people. And, she asked. And I don't anymore, I said. I want to rebuild me, not react. Support groups helped. One day Nina spoke quietly. You've been through hell, she said. I have, I replied. She nodded. And survived. We didn't exchange numbers or plans. Just presence. Just honesty. It felt strange, comforting. I reflected constantly. Revenge never healed me. Watching Emily fall wasn't relief. Watching truth exist, that was the bomb. My boundaries grew firm. My self-respect grew stronger. Emily sent a long letter later. Pages folded neatly, words looping in desperate script. I was selfish. I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I read it once, folded it, and placed it in the drawer. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Mark tried a text weeks later. Can we talk? I ignored it. At work, people looked at me differently now. Respect, not pity. Some asked for advice, some whispered, but I remained centered. I journaled nightly. I'm not him anymore. I am me, I wrote. Some nights, loneliness gnawed at me, but I learned to sit with it. To listen. To breathe. I realized healing isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It isn't revenge. It is quiet, steady, invisible to those who caused pain. I began running in the mornings again. Fresh air, pounding feet, racing thoughts, release. I learned to laugh without fear, to smile without masking worry. I started reconnecting with Lena. "You look different," she said once. "Stronger," I replied. She smiled, knowing more than words. I met friends for coffee, cautious but present. I learned to trust slowly, carefully, only when deserved. One evening, I held a notebook, thinking of all I lost, all I gained. Truth mattered. Justice mattered. Revenge was unnecessary. I whispered to myself, they fell by their own hand. I didn't push. I didn't cheat. I didn't yell. Truth was enough. Nina passed by in the group room. "See you next week?" she asked. "I will," I said. And for the first time in months, I felt safe in my own skin. No revenge, no chaos, just clarity. Just me. I closed my notebook and smiled, small but steady. Life had returned its balance, not because I acted, but because karma didn't need my help. The past existed, but it no longer controlled me. I exhaled deeply. I am free. The quiet was powerful, and I finally understood that. I moved into a new apartment. Boxes lined the walls, but it felt like freedom. I whispered, finally space to breathe. The first morning, I brewed coffee and stood by the window. Sunlight hit my face. "I'm still here," I said, "and I'm stronger." I set routines, work, running, cooking, journaling. Small victories, each a reminder I could still control my life. The apology letter from Emily sat unopened on the counter. I stared at it. "You had your chance," I said. Then I burned it. Flames swallowed her words. Smoke curled and I felt nothing but relief. Lena called that evening. "You sound lighter," she said. "I am," I replied. "It's strange, but I feel whole." Some nights, memories hit. I whispered to myself, "You hurt me, but you didn't break me." I realized betrayal didn't destroy me. It exposed me. My weaknesses. My capacity to forgive myself. My strength to move forward. I thought of Mark. Of Emily. Of the lies. I no longer needed answers. I didn't need closure. I had peace. Friends visited occasionally. I laughed again, quietly, privately. No masks. No pretending. Just presence. I met new neighbors. Small talk. Genuine smiles. The world felt simple again. Running became meditation. My legs burned, my lungs filled, my mind cleared. I whispered, "Every step is mine, not theirs." One afternoon, Nina from the support group passed by. "Hey," she said softly. "Hey," I replied. We exchanged nods. No expectations. Just acknowledgement. I thought of all the chaos, the lies, the stolen trust. And I said quietly, "None of that defines me anymore." I organized my apartment. Old reminders gone. Photos, gifts, even Emily's ring, all gone. I paused in the center of the room. "I am present," I said. Therapy helped me reflect. "You've rebuilt carefully," my therapist said. "I had to," I replied. "For me, not them." I smiled at the mirror. The man staring back wasn't the same. He was calmer, wiser, less naive, stronger. Some mornings I whispered affirmations. I deserve peace. I deserve respect. I deserve life untouched by their chaos. I never imagined revenge would feel this way. Not loud. Not flashy. Not even recognized. I realized the greatest revenge isn't screams or humiliation. It's becoming someone the betrayer no longer recognizes. Someone they never deserved. I walked through my apartment, each room a symbol. Each breath deliberate. Each step forward steady. I stopped by the window looking at the city below. I said softly, "I survived. I thrived. And I didn't have to stoop to their level." I felt my chest lift, my shoulders straighten. I was free. Not just from them, but from the versions of me they tried to destroy. Even in solitude, I wasn't lonely. I was enough. Strong enough to stand alone. Calm enough to feel life again. I picked up my journal and wrote, "Betrayal revealed truth. Truth revealed me. And I am finally myself." I closed it. The city hummed outside. Life moved forward. So did I. I whispered one last time, almost to the wind, "Sometimes the greatest revenge is becoming someone they can't touch. Someone they never deserved." And I stood there, alone, calm, and stronger than I had ever been.